Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to basically do a DIY. This is going to be kind of like a mix-up video. I'm going to try to keep it short, sweet, and simple. But I want to show you guys some of the tips and tricks that I've learned. And not do an organization video. This is going to be a fun project. Which the organizing to me is very fun. But I want to keep it, you know, here's my organizing videos. And then here's some DIYs. So that way not only are you functional in your home, but you're also stylish. And your neighbor comes over and he or she's like, wow, how much did you pay for that? Or where did you get that? I want one. Well, I kind of made it. Yeah. So, I'm going to show you guys step by step how to put together a gorgeous arrangement. Now, here's the trick. Anytime I do floral, there's no set way that I do floral. You just go in and you be creative and you put your personality, you put your style, and whatever season that you're in, you go for it. So, just as a note for you guys, as you're doing this, don't get frustrated because let me tell you something, floral can be a pain. But it's very, very fun if you allow. So, let's jump right on into this thing and let's start making a floral arrangement. Okay guys, so in this portion of the video, you're only going to see my pretty little hands. So, what I've got are my supplies. The very first things you're going to need, you may need some floral wire. So make sure you pick up a floral wire. I picked this up at Michael's. Very inexpensive. I think it's like $3.99 for, how much footage is on this thing? 190 feet, guys. 190 feet for that, so you can't beat that. And then you're going to need a simple pair of scissors. And I'm going to put a list right here so that you can see it visually. And then you're going to need a good pair of floral cutters. Now, obviously we have our greenery. We have a greenery right here. Now, this stuff I already had. As you know, I used to be a wedding planner, so I had a lot of stuff in stock. These are very expensive, but you can always find them on clearance, on sale, throughout the year. So always keep your, eye out at your local craft stores because they do put floral pieces on markdown. And I have some more bigger that I picked up. I think it's really, really pretty. But those go right here, and it matches. See how much it matches those? But this is a bigger version. And then I have some more little roses that I'll tie that in. And then I have this I picked this up on clearance, but I love it. It has, I don't know, it just adds something. So we're gonna try this out. If it doesn't look good, we'll just take it right out of the video. I'll use you. There's another one of them. And these really add height. When you're going into your floral piece, it adds height to that. There's those. Floral. These. Okay, and I always like to take one accent. Everybody knows spring's in March this year. If you don't know, now you're part of everybody, because you know. But I always like to take something that is, how do I put this? Spring. Okay, this is a lily. This came with a lily set. I used it on a bridal bouquet, and I kept the remnant. But it's got a little bud right here, a plastic bud, of course. But it'll add that spring is coming. So you do want to add something that has spring because it's following into your next season. And I think it'll be really nice in this piece. So we do have that. And then I have these right here. These are a lighter brown. I picked these up. They were $7.99 at Hobby Lobby. I've had them for a while, but I think the twigs add that rustic, wintry type of look. But yeah, $7.99. Come on, camera, focus. They were $7.99, and I think I paid them half off, so that was like $3.99. So yeah. So, and you can add a bow depending on the decor of your home, and I'll do another tutorial on how I make my bows. and whatnot. But the very first thing is you want to take your vase. You want to take your vase right here, okay? And then you want to take your ball. This is where your scissors come in handy. Just snip it. Don't cut into the styrofoam, and just make you a little loop. Pull back, obviously, and just shred it open. And then you just kind of press where just kind of press. I don't know if you guys can see, but I put the ball inside. That way it's kind of snug. Now, you can use this pot for anything else. I recycle. But hence we moved here to Dallas from Florida. So, yeah. And all of my floral comes from Joann Fabrics, Hobby Lobby, and Michaels, just so you know. I'm not like some of the other florists or designers or anything like that that go out and go to the floral supply stores. We're still getting familiar with the area. There's a couple around here, but I haven't had time to go check them out yet. So, I'm sticking to my local Michaels and my Hobby Lobby and my Joann's. So, the very first thing that I want to do is I want to just kind of, don't hit your light fixture, just don't do it. But I just want to kind of get a feel of how tall I want. We have a chandelier in our dining room, so I don't want to make it too tall, because I don't like it when they're like running up into the chandelier. I like it to be separate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Now these things are stubborn. I remember these. Maybe not. They weren't that stubborn, were they? So I don't remember that. But anyways, so you just start with the center. I always start with the center, and you just get a feel, you know, of how things are. And I don't think I want to add 3. I think I just want to add a couple. So just kind of, and you want to make one lower than the other. And you just kind of play around with it. This is the thing about artificial, y'all, is you make it do what you want it to do. I'm just saying, you make it do what you want it to do. Alright, now we've got our center. So, next is adding fillers. Now, I really like this, but I think it's going to be too much going on. I don't know. We're probably going to leave this for springtime. I don't think we need that next one. But get our sticks out. And whatever you do, make sure you have a trash bag nearby. I do not have a trash bag. And if you're working on a delicate surface, such as like, this is a brand new dining room table, I really shouldn't be doing this. I really shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it anyways. So, make sure you put like a sheet or a drop cloth. I mean, you can pick those up at the Dollar Tree. Yeah, that way you don't scuff up your table. Yeah, I was trying to think of what I was trying to say. So, I'm gonna move you aside. So you just want to, these are real cut branches, but I mean, look at them, y'all. I want y'all to see that. Can you see that? I mean, they remind me of a winter tree. I mean, they really do. They look like a winter tree. Yeah. It's going to get really messy. And then we're going to bring our little baby back. And then you just want to start adding your height. Take your tallest ones first, your thickest and your tallest, and then just start placing those in so. And you want to start with your center, because that's going to give you an overview of what your actual piece is going to look like. And you don't have to be a professional to do this, I promise you. It may look really hard, and then if you want to, like, you don't have to use your floral cutters for those, but yeah. And you just start getting a feel, and you just start nestling them inside of each other. So, yeah, you're too tall. And if you don't have a whole lot of, hand strength, you can always take your floral cutters and just snip them. I got these at Joann Fabrics. They were $17, and they were the best investment. I want to show you guys. They are very amazing. They've got a little spring and rubber grip. They're amazing. So, and I'm going to take one more and just stick it in there. what I want. Okay. Nope, we need one more. One more, guys. And I'm just gonna cut, and we're just gonna put it in there. Okay, so right now, we've already got something that is very, very pretty, just on its own. The nice white base, and whatever those things are. I don't know what they are called. Maybe, I need to learn my flowers. And I know Valentine's is close. We're not decorating for Valentine's here. And I'm going to show you a trick real quick. Something that I learned because, like I said, when I was a wedding planner, my company, we did everything. We did the flower bouquets, we did the centerpieces, we did the arches, we did we did a wedding in a house and it had the banisters and all types of things. So I learned when you're on, when you have a lot of clients, that's the easiest way. Spread them apart. And then you can go around and just snip. Simple. Just snip it. Just snip it. And then you have a snip. Ta-da! And then you can bring your floral piece back. Because the next one we're going to do is obviously roses. So that way we can work with our flowers. I do want to add a couple. You're still a little too tall, booger. I do want to add a couple. I'll show you guys. I'm going to add a couple right here. Okay. This guy right here is blocking us. So we're going to snip. Snip. And if you cut it at an angle, it creates like a stake. And it easily goes in there. But I'm running into another piece. There we go. Ta-da! And then I'm going to do the same. And I've always learned that if you do it in threes, but at different heights, you're going to create a really nice piece. Okay. Now, we're not going to use all of these in this piece, but yeah. And then of course you have, now do you know what these are called? These are called gardenias. I think they are called gardenias. They better be called gardenias. But in this video, they're gardenias. So, and now you can start working on your base. You can get a feel of how you want your base to be. I want it to be kind of spread out just a little bit, And then, obviously, we're going to cut. Now, I'm not going to cut this whole bush just for story reasons. I just wanted to show you guys how I cut. Let me move you aside. Bam, bam, bam. And there's 3 nice little pieces. One thing I love about Michael's tags is they easily come off. So yeah. And keep your greenery. Like this right here, this is fillers. So what I would do is I would just, I don't know if you can see that, but I just stick those in there. This one has like a curly whirly look. And it adds greenery to the very bottom of the arrangement. Now, these are little dangly things. So with dangly things, little viney plants, you want them just to be subtle. You don't want to overfill your thing with it. You just want it to be, subtle. Just so when your guests are sitting at your table, it's just, eye-catching. That makes any sense? A lot of green in this would really make it springy. Alright, and then I have this big fellow. That's the one that was really hard to cut. But I have this big fellow. And we're just going to nestle him right there. We're going to bring this rose down just a bit. And ladies, if you have nails, make sure you put on gardening gloves from the Dollar Tree. Hobby Lobby has them. I know Dollar General. There's a lot of places that you can get just the jersey gloves, and it protects your hands from, from all of the what is it called? From getting really gritty. And you don't want to break a nail. I promise you. I have injured myself plenty of times. And then once you start getting the overview Like if you can see right there, you can start to see that I'm starting to create like almost like a ball effect, you know. Then you can start adding like your twigs. You know, you can start adding embellishments like your twigs and different things like that. You can start getting a feel of what you want in your floral piece. And then you can add these little guys like your stem roses, because those will give it, you know, depth. And I always add these last because they're not what I call a filler. So right here, I feel like we need one. You gotta find that spot. Once you get these big flowers, it's like, you gotta find that spot to get it in. Alright, so I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna give you a close-up of what the finished product looks. Remember, this is your piece. This is nobody else's. So make sure that it matches your decor. It makes a statement in your home wherever you're gonna be putting it, and it matches the height or whatever. Just make it fun. Make it fun, because that's where you make your memories. So I wanted to give you the final product. I think it turned out really, really pretty. Something like this would cost probably about $100 at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I mean, I think it just, there's a lot of stuff on my table. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty. It has a little bit of spring touch, but it also screams to me winter. And I think it turned out really, really nice, y'all. And then on both sides, the back side and the front side, it's completely different. I mean, it's completely different. And that's why I told you to keep those greeneries, those leaves, is so that, you know, you could add those throughout your piece, and it actually adds to it. That is not a dead spot, I promise you. There's actually a twig and the flower, you know, and just give your floral piece a general look, you know, over when you're done with it. And that way you can feel for yourself of what, do you need to add something? Do you need to take away from something? What? Okay guys, ignore the messy kitchen in the background. I still got to clean that up. But I think this turned out really nicely. It is not too much, but it's not, you know, too little. It just makes a simple statement. The next thing I'll work on is getting a nice runner for the table, or placemats, or chargers, or whatever. Probably both. I don't know, or all of it. I have no idea. Like I said, we just moved into this house, so we are working on things step by step. But I hope that this video really helped you. I think the finished product looks really, really good, and it was very cost effective. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this video helped you and your family, gave you an inspiration to create your own masterpiece. For something that is like, yeah, just amazing. I mean, I think it's amazing. Y'all are probably like, that's really tacky. But I like it, and I think it's going to really, really look good. It's going to bring in that winter flair, but it's also going to let us know that spring is on its way. And guess what? Come the springtime, we're going to have a home decor I just said that wrong. We're going to have a home decor tour. My very first one. So, don't forget to subscribe, or we're going to step aside. Subscribe. I'm going to do it again. I hope it helped you subscribe. But subscribe. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget, as always, leave me a comment down below. And if you have an idea, or if there's something in particular that you want to learn or know, for you brides out there, if there's any brides watching, if you have questions, I would love to make a video of how to simplify your wedding. I do want to do a video on the top 10 questions and the top 10 things you need to know before you hit a wedding planner. Because being a formal wedding planner, there's a lot that goes through your head as you're getting married. But that's it for today. I hope this inspired you and your family. And don't forget the number one thing. Mr. Congeniality will always be here. Thanks guys for watching. Bye-bye.